Hey everyone, welcome back to my abridged playthrough of Mass Effect Andromeda.
I think Lexi wanted to speak to you.
You have new email at your terminal, Pathfinder.
To Ryder, from Callow, about the Perchero. Hello Ryder, please come and talk to me when you have a chance. We just received something very odd. I think it's connected to the Solarian Ark. Callow. To Ryder, from Callow. Forward, thank you. Hello Ryder, I got this from one of the returnees to the Nexus. I thought you might like to see it. Just a reminder, if you ever need someone to deliver you to the jugular of those Ket monsters, I'm there. Callow. To Callow Jath, from Sorboltane. I hope I've got the right person. Do you fly that ship, the Tempest? Someone told me one of our people was helping the human Pathfinder. Thank you for getting us away from that terrible ship. The sights, the smells, they'll always be with me. But you and Ryder made sure they'll just be memories. Do us proud. S. Thane. To Ryder, from Wilma. Thanks for the booze. Hi, it's Wilma, Superintendent Kesh's assistant. Thank you for the bootlegged spirits from Kadera. Kesh was very pleasantly surprised, even if her system barely felt the effects. The rest of us slept well that night, though. Take care.
Ah, there you are. I was wondering, when you found the Solarian Ark, was anything strange, out of place?
You mean besides the Exalted Krogan, the relics, and getting jabbed in the neck? Why are you asking?
Because a few hours ago, we received this.
Hello, Ryder. I don't think the Solarian Ark was captured by chance. If you want to know more, meet me at these coordinates.
That's all. Do you think it's some sort of hoax?
Now that I think about it, a Ket armada just stumbling across the Solarian Ark seems a little convenient.
Coincidences do happen, though when you put it like that. I'll put the coordinates for this meeting in the nav computer. I suppose there's no harm in making sure.
Good that you're here, Ryder. I found something while monitoring comms for the Nexus. Multiple attacks by people called the Three Sabers. They're hitting outposts and supply vessels. The really weird part is they seem aware of our operations, like they're getting intel.
What are you saying? That someone's feeding them info?
Maybe. It would be really bad if that were true, right? I've reported it, and they say they'll investigate, but then forget. But you're the Pathfinder. If someone's betraying the Nexus, you have to do something about it.
A lonely system. It's almost lost in the Scourge.
What else could be lost out there?
We're here, Ryder. Nav point where the Three Sabers supposedly attacked a supply ship.
I'm getting a unique radiation signature from the scans. I think their drive's leaking ESO.
Does it lead anywhere?
I'm only getting a general vector. If we scan the other sites, we could narrow it down.
Analysis. The ship and its entire crew, transporting minerals, was expected at the Nexus, but never docked. It was presumed lost in the Scourge. Analysis suggests that the Daisy's navigational systems may have been compromised.
Narrowing down the list of possible locations.
Starship wreckage. Ship name, Bourbon Sally, crew complement 2, status partially destroyed, salvageable. Analysis, a small scouting ship sent to investigate a portion of the Scourge. It was lost shortly after leaving the Nexus. It was assumed that contact with the Scourge brought her down. Analysis of the wreckage makes it abundantly clear that the ship was attacked.
Mineral wealth from this system once fed industry on Fold, and well beyond.
One day that might be true again.
My alert identified a ZK resource tracker. They're emergency tech, full of overrides so they can bypass protocol. They were designed by Dr. Zoe Jean Kennedy. She disappeared with the Exiles. If her tech has shown up, that could give someone a backdoor to steal from your outpost. My concern is Dr. Kennedy, her tech, their lives. In that order.
Anomaly on sensors. Probe away. Anomaly found.
Pathfinder, this is the exact nav point indicated by the ZK trackers.
Right, Addison's request. Let's see if this helps us find her missing scientist.
Damn it. The shuttle's just a relay. But I think we can get in their feed. Hold on.
Signal's through. Ready for coordinate transfer in. Who the fuck? We've been found. Deadhead the comms.
Here we go again. I'm the Pathfinder!
A Pathfinder? One finally showed?
Harlan, stop talking.
Is that Dr. Kennedy? Are you okay? Director Addison is concerned about you and your tech.
Keep them talking, Ryder. Tracing.
All I want is to stop the stealing. I have outposts of people trying to start their lives.
Outpost starting lives, huh?
Let them see, Harlan.
They just forwarded Dr. Kennedy's medical profile. Ryder!
She's pregnant. That woman is pregnant.
That woman knows full well the state she's in.
Chemical blockers were standard for cryo. We were supposed to wait until we were stable.
And when was that going to be? Everything was going wrong. The Nexus had no plan. You're with Addison? Well, she fell in line with Tan, said we couldn't add new mouths until we were stable. But this wasn't about waiting until we could afford a house. We were dying. So I left, with enough meds for Harlan and I to get off the blockers.
How far along? Dr. Kennedy, how long?
8 months, give or take.
We're not going back. You're not getting my tech. We'll be fine without you. Tell Addison. Fuck it, don't tell her anything. Kill it.
They flashed the core. Couldn't get a trace.
Addison will want to hear about this. And I've got questions for her.
Narrowing down the list of possible locations.
Starship wreckage. Ship name, Nightingale. Crew complement 12. Status destroyed. Survivors 10. Analysis. An emergency medical ship staffed with medical technicians, the Nightingale was dispatched to a far-flung mining station, but was lost along the way. Survivors who reached escape pods believe it was a Ket attack, but there is no corroborating evidence to be found in the wreckage.
Sometimes I forget how small we are. This should give us a final location, Ryder. Got it. I'll forward all the information to your Omni tool.
Starship wreckage. Ship name, Karis. Crew complement 5 to 8. Status destroyed. Analysis. The Karis was a transport shuttle with a full cargo of supplies. According to the ship's final transmission, it lost its way after an unexplained interference resulted in navigational failure. Damage on parts of the ship's hull suggests that it came into contact with a hostile force shortly after losing contact with the Nexus.
Let's see you deal with this. The party just got bigger.
Look out!
Three Sabers memo. I don't want to hear about it. You all knew ousting Yale would make the break with the Nexus final. No loss. That teat was running dry. Going independent isn't just the smart move, it's the only move. Now we've got the gear and the freedom to take over this place. Angara, not a problem. Here Yale's on Eos. Forget him. He won't talk. Anything he brings up will expose his involvement and the Nexus's involvement. He's not going to put himself in that position. Cochran.
Sounds like there was a change of leadership.
This former leader, Yale, he's on Eos. He was their tie to the Nexus.
Time to pay someone a visit.
I'm saving everything we found as proof. It'll come in handy.
I think Lexi wanted to speak to you.
We need to talk about Sam.
Dr. Taparo does not approve of how we escaped to the Ket containment field on the Archon's flagship.
By stopping the Pathfinder's heart? No, I do not approve.
We didn't have a choice. If there had been another option, I would have taken it.
How can you be so calm about this? Ryder, Sam killed you. Yes, he brought you back, but what if he didn't?
I cannot learn without the Pathfinder. That would be akin to killing a part of myself.
Your lines of code, you can't die.
Hurting me goes against Sam's design.
Because AI have never acted against their designs before. Look, I'm not against Sam. I'm not against you, Sam. But my job's hard enough without an AI stopping your heart. Even to save your life.
All right. I'll find a new party trick.
Have Gil teach you 3-card Monty or something.
Lexi, I apologize for any distress I have caused you.
And I'm sorry for calling you lines of code. You're more than that. Even if you don't have cells to prove it.
Couldn't digest it without heavy processing. Cellulolysis would be hugely inefficient.
Are you still trying to figure out how to eat Helios flora?
Oh, shoot. I was talking out loud again, wasn't I?
Pythias system, home of Eos and Prodromos.
It's like I'm still dreaming, but you're really here.
I'm sorry you had to wait so long. God, it's good to see you.
You realize this means more wedding plans.
I'll marry you wearing a ration sack if I have to.
It seems like there's no galaxy free of people like the Rokar. So much for peaceful studies. Maybe we should get some armed personnel after all. I don't know what to say. Evan's here, and the outpost will have clean water. Thank you so much.
Eos needed his expertise. It made sense to fast-track him.
Absolutely. Just one of those happy coincidences. I hope you've got formal wear, because we'd love to have you front row center at the wedding. And you could even take a shower beforehand in fresh Eos water.
I've got to go.
Keep up the good work.
Extremely detailed report with a ton of numbers. Hey babe, knew you'd click on this right away. Surprise! Love you, Evan. Oh. It's totes adorbs.
I thought about what you said. Okay, I'm important, but how do we stop another Site 1?
With the example already set, neither good nor evil, but existing to teach us. Your sister's gifts were not misspent, Matthew. Neither are yours. Everything returns to its source.
Thanks for this chance, Pathfinder.
Those Rokar shook us up all right. I was flashing back to my run-ins with the Batarians. But I had good people around me, and you to help us out.
I'll leave you to it.
Come back anytime. Preferably unhurt.
Word is, it's a paradise planet. Aya. Waterfalls and green trees.
Izzy, not again.
It's real. Aya's near the black hole, so the Ket can't... Wait, listen!
My family thanks you, Pathfinder.
Tell me about yourself.
Darkage Tervian, W84 Crispin. Joined the initiative to be no one special, somewhere very special. Military family, as you probably suspected, but deeper. And I wanted to leave that life with as many lives as I could bring. I lost a brother before I woke, apparently. He was at Site 2.
I'm sorry.
Not as sorry as the Ket will be if they threaten us here. I didn't come here to look at death. I won't.
Take care, Darkit.
You too, Pathfinder.
Pathfinder, heads up. We're gonna make Liam's soccer game an annual tournament.
It's not mine. Unless there's a licensing opportunity, then it's totally mine.
We've got a few years before we have to worry about that shit. I hope.
Just looking for a status report. Informal, of course.
Glad you got us a dedicated water purification technician. Good for resources and morale.
We'll talk another time.
Pathfinder.
I'm good. You're here. Yeah, so listen, she's only got a minute or two, and she's in rare form today, just to warn you. She's here kickstarting repopulation protocols, reversing the chemical procreation blockers for colonists. Calls it boosting the batter. She's gonna talk your ear off about your civic duty as a man.
That is what she's here to do. The woman takes her job seriously.
Hey, if you're cool with it. I mean, makes no never mind to me. No chance I'll ever oops a baby into the world.
Am I interrupting something?
Ah, Jill. About time. This is...
Save it. I asked you both to stop by, remember? Ryder? Pleasure. I know we're all very busy, so I have only one question for you.
You want to know if you can reverse my chemical procreation blocker?
You baby. I see my reputation precedes me. The question is, what the hell did you do to him? It's like he's an adult or something. He can even have a mature conversation without it degrading into pot shots. Unless I take it there. What's your secret?
I have nothing to do with it. It's all him.
I call bullshit on that. It's definitely your influence. Something.
Maybe all these years you thought you knew me, you were sadly mistaken.
You wish. Okay, you're both off the hook. So glad I got to meet you, Ryder.
Likewise. Is your name Yale?
Yeah, that's me. Stanton Yale. What can I do for the Pathfinder today?
Tell me about the three sabers.
Oh, shit.
Well, that reaction tells me all I need to know.
Look, I just didn't think anyone would find out about it, okay? It's something that ought to be left alone. We made a mistake.
Explain.
The new outposts, our supply routes, they needed protection. We couldn't rely on just you. I proposed that we'd save Nexus blood by hiring exiles to fight for us.
First time I've seen someone so coldly calculating and stupid in one shot.
It was a risk, sure, but I knew Cochran. We served together. I thought I could trust him. I became their commander, I armed them, I shared access to Padromo's operations. And then they took their new toys and went rogue. Attacked people they were supposed to protect.
You know I have to report this. You conspired with Nexus enemies.
Who are you gonna report to? Addison? She signed off on it.
This goes all the way up to Addison?
She wasn't sure Ryder would work out as Pathfinder. She was desperate for options. So report it if you want. Addison knows any investigation's gonna dig up docs covered in her fingerprints. I have to get back to work. We've got an outpost to run here.
Leaving Atmo. All clear.
You have new email at your terminal, Pathfinder.
To Ryder, from Lexi, about Sam. Ryder, after our last discussion, Sam and I thought it best if we both took a crash course in AI history to gain a better understanding of each other's perspectives. It's been immensely helpful in finding a common ground, but also for highlighting the differences between Sam and the Geth. The Geth didn't need the Quarians to survive, but Sam cannot carry out his primary functions without a Pathfinder. I still don't like that Sam has the ability to stop your heart, but I no longer have nightmares about him getting trigger-happy with your life. Lexi.
I know why you're here. Yale told me to expect a visit. I hoped this blunder wouldn't come to light, but Helios has a habit of dashing our hopes. Have the three sabers been eliminated, Pathfinder?
I dealt with them.
Then the problem's solved. As far as everyone's concerned, the three sabers acted on their own.
But they didn't, did they? Hey, Ryder.
Who the hell's this?
This investigation started with Sid's instincts.
I applaud good instincts, but not in this case.
So I was right, wasn't I? Someone on the Nexus was helping the Three Sabers.
Yes, it was a mistake. We authorized a course of action that cost lives, but like I said, it's over.
You have to tell people. If we made a mistake, we have to own it, right?
Who does that serve? It could damage relations with the Angara, spark another uprising.
It would be lying. Ryder, if you hide this, what else will you let them hide?
We're not taking tips on diplomacy from a teenager.
Sid, Addison's right. We can't risk the consequences of this info becoming public.
Then we'll make sure all the evidence you collected is destroyed.
Sid, you too.
Wow. Seriously? Whatever.
Thank you for helping the Nexus stay strong. I swear to you both, this will not happen again.
Pathfinder, you have new email.
To Ryder, from Addison. From the desk of Director Addison. Pathfinder, I'd like to commend you for your deft handling of Sidera Nix. She hasn't pursued the issue of the Three Sabers, and as far as I can tell, this is entirely out of respect for you. Thank you. This had the makings of a diplomatic nightmare. Our institutions are the rafts to which we cling, and the strength of them cannot be compromised when there is a storm above. Yours, Director Addison.
Pathfinder, you have pending vid calls.
Director Addison, I have a sighting on your missing Dr. Kennedy and her trackers.
She's alive?
And 8 months pregnant.
Fucking hell.
She wasn't abducted by exiles. She left because the Nexus had no plan. She said you didn't want people to try getting pregnant.
Of course I didn't. We had no worlds. We knew we would lose people. I wasn't going to watch babies die, too. Of all the stupid, irresponsible, selfish... She was always like this, even back on Earth. She talked me into this, and now we have to save her tail.
Wait, what did Dr. Kennedy talk you into?
She's an old university friend. We were catching up, and she mentioned a project she was training for.
The Andromeda Initiative?
She'd still be here if I wasn't forced to tell her no a year ago.
What was the timetable for stopping the contraceptives everyone got before Cryo?
Before Prodromos? It was to be determined.
You had to know that would frustrate people.
It was the only answer we could give. The alternative was more mouths and more death.
Dr. Kennedy seems to have a group with her. Stealing aside, she has support.
How long will that last? She's the smartest person I know, but she jumps without looking. Ryder, we have 2 speeches banked for the first child in Andromeda. Trust me, you want the one for the good outcome.
We know how to find her. We find more of her ZK trackers.
Hopefully you can draw them out by placing more outposts. If she hasn't changed the protocol.
She's 8 months. She may be distracted.
This is a complete shit show. Find them, Pathfinder. The first human child in Andromeda can't just disappear.
Suvi, that woman on the Nexus, she's a widow of one of my pilots.
The people you were training to explore the Scourge?
Zoe's wife was lost out there. For a fellow pilot, one does the right thing.
Like making sure her widow's got enough credits.
It's the least I can do. The most is conquering the Scourge once and for all.
Just detected a ZK tracker.
Scan's ready. We need Dr. Kennedy's location.
Understood, believe me. I'm picking up something. Probe away. Something's different, Pathfinder. An Angara signal in the tracker.
Try and get me the last message through.
Attached. We find the sources. Tech will give us initiative access. The breeder's also a symbolic target. No mercy.
Rokar targeting Dr. Kennedy. Suvi, do we have her?
Negative. We need another tracker.
Damn it.
What can I help with?
Mithrava and the Sages. Tell me more about that.
We don't know much. They limit their interactions with everyone else. Even when they need to trade, they say very little. They think that by keeping apart from us, They'll preserve the integrity of their legends.
Before you got caught in that stasis field, Kieran says you were studying the monolith. What did you learn?
There's a vault here. When the Scourge hit, it took down some functionality. But now that all monoliths are active and the vault reset, Havar's problems should come to an end.
We can speak more later.
I'll be here.
Pathfinder Ryder.
Jal said you worked for the Moshai?
Not I, but many of the team that was sent to the monolith are her students. When we learned that Havarl's decline had something to do with the monoliths, we requested her help. She sent her best people here to help us with the Remnant.
Our people aren't causing you any trouble, are they?
Not at all. They've been a big help, and Dr. McIntyre has been sharing wonderful stories about your galaxy. It's good to know that not all aliens are like the Ket.
I should get going.
Stars be bright for you, Pathfinder Ryder.
Re-update. Translated from Shalesh. Hovoa, Kieran. Good to hear the Ket haven't reached your research post. We're not so lucky here. They're practically swarming the old temples, trying to dismantle the remnant tech. We're trying to fight them off, but even with the resistance reinforcements, there are just too many of them. Commander called the retreat. I know you had your eye on those temples, but there's nothing we can do. We're closing the area down. No one goes in and nothing comes out. Be careful, Kieran. It's a tough world out there. Garrett. Re-crash site. Translated from Shalesh. Luge, thank you so much for bringing this to my attention. A crash site that well preserved, I'd give anything to see it. I'll see if I can send someone capable to check it out. It'll probably be well protected. And please, make sure Torvar doesn't hear about it. I know he'll want to take a look himself, and he's not equipped to deal with the danger involved. I'd never forgive myself if he got injured trying to help. Stay safe over there. Wishing you sunny skies. Avela. A difficult request. Translated from Shalesh. Kieran, I'm sure you heard about the attack at Site 7. The loss of Dr. Vereshov was a blow to the entire science community. And now many of Site 7's researchers are displaced and in need of a new post. Most will head to Aya for recovery, but some want to continue working here on Havarl. I recommended your camp as a suitable transition point. I know resources are thin, but your site is the only one the Ket have ignored. I don't want to put these people in danger so soon after they witness the death of their superior, and I'm sure you could use the help on your monolith project. Think it over and give me your response tomorrow. Stay safe, Mendal. Be safe, translated from Shalesh. Kieran, you're safe, right? I heard the Ket attacked the old city again. I know you're on the other side of the planet, but that's still too close. Between the wildlife and the remnant, Havarl is a dangerous place. Molly and Nestar worry about you. I worry about you. Your work is important, I understand that. But promise your old mother that if the Resistance tells you to evacuate, you'll listen. None of this knowledge is worth the risk nonsense. I mended too many of your broken bones when you were young. It's time you give me a break. This is your mother, who misses you. Report from Aya. Translated from Shalesh. Rochelle, I've attached the data gathered from our efforts on Aya to map the Scourge. We found a few irregularities during our research, dust mostly, but you may want to look into it. If the material isn't a match for any worlds in Helios, it would support your theory on colony worlds. This is all speculation, of course. You'd need to send someone out there to collect samples, but I figured it's worth a shot. If we're going to solve the mystery of our past, we need to work together. Stars guide you, Mariko.
What now?
I won't bother you further.
Very well. Watch out for plants while you're out there. Vicious things.
Working title, Pelav's Decline. Translated from Shalesh. Established in the shadow of remnant buildings, Pelav was a center of trade and learning. Anyone who wished to observe working remnant monoliths was directed here. Deep within the tunnels of remnant ruins, we could hear the hum of mysterious machines, their purpose unknown. Scribbled in the margins. Too dramatic? This is a history book, not a thriller. Note to self. mentioned that the entire Dar was overtaken by the jungle, with the other things still standing being a small restored area that's used as a research outpost. Also mentioned the remnant areas we're still told to avoid. Nove Sabe, by Tavam for Analan.
I told my colleagues what you did for me. You've made a lot of friends on Havarl, Pathfinder.
Any promising leads on lost Angara colonies?
A few. We're quietly investigating systems, but it takes time. In the meantime, the recent upheaval exposed ruins we never knew existed down in the valley. I'm told there are glyphs that resemble star charts. I'm staying to investigate. I better get to work.
It's stuff like this that makes everything worthwhile.
I think we're done.
Good one.
Those are the coordinates we were sent.
And that message about the Solarian Arc?
Someone will be leaving, one way or another.
We've got Ket!
Get ready to fight!
So much for a meeting.
Let's look around. They might have left something.
Capture gear. These supplies appear to be used to capture prisoners for live transport.
From their gear, they were hoping to capture someone.
Probably me. Sorry about that. Though, if you'd broken a sweat, I'd be sorrier.
You sent us the message about the Solarian Arc?
Yes, Major Salen Vaughn, STG, retired, of course.
What's STG?
Special Tasks Group. Back home, we were field agents who gathered intelligence and handled inconveniences.
By any means necessary. Even assassination.
If you prefer. As I said, these days I stick with retiree.
Espionage is a job that follows you home. Or across galaxies.
Until there's nothing for it but to grow a conscience. Let's be frank. There are too many inconsistencies aboard our Ark. They only make sense if someone betrayed us to the Ket. My best suspect is a biologist, Dr. Adden, but the evidence is thin. I need a Pathfinder to verify what I've found, or I risk arresting an innocent man.
Who's Adden? Why would he betray his Ark?
An ex-military biologist from the early wake-up team on our Ark. He claims to be studying the Ket. As for why, I intend to ask him.
Couldn't Reika help you solve this?
I trust Reika implicitly, but I can't say the same for her team. You're obviously trustworthy. If you were involved, you wouldn't have saved our Ark in the first place.
All right, I'm in. How do we catch your traitor?
I only have 2 leads left. Dr. Adden's equipment and a Ket who might be his handler. I need you and your Sam to analyze them. If we show Dr. Adden's in regular contact with the Ket, that would prove he's the one.
What if the evidence doesn't implicate Adden?
If I'm really that rusty, I suppose I'd have to start over from scratch. Remember, Dr. Adden's equipment and his Ket contact. This has to be watertight. Good luck.
Jarl! Jarl! Wait. Is that bad news?
No, no. The Pathfinder is interested in where I grew up. Ryder, this is my true mother, Sahuna Amadarao.
Hello.
Jarl's told me how much he admires you.
Really?
He's my favorite. Smart, loyal, kind. A great shot. Writes poetry, sews.
Mother.
I'm late for a resistance meeting. Stay clear.
Your mother's in the Resistance?
Yes. And every child is her favorite. Everyone, this is Scott.
Hi.
Look who the Karkin dragged in. Welcome back. This is where I spent most of my days growing up. Me, my sister, Koana, our cousin, Etta, and brother, Finn. Then Bavzil, Rolu.
So wonderful to
Hey,
have
Jarl.
you back.
Hey, human.
Jarl, you bring in someone special to meet us.
Wow. Cozy.
We like to live like this.
Gonna give your friends some real food?
Good to see you. And here's my room. My tiny sanctuary.
We have a saying that I like. Home is where the heart is.
I like that. Oh, no. Who put this here?
Schematics of...
When I was 7, my aunt stole a Ket weapon for me. So I took it apart to learn.
And that was a Karkin.
Pet Karkin. Alfit. He died. So I also took him apart.
To learn?
Why not? I never show people these things, but I feel like we're family.
It's been good getting to know you.
Hey, there's one more thing you might like. Sit there.
Been interesting so far. Nice. You made that?
Long ago. It's not accurate. More of a dream, really. Just one more thing I want to take apart and figure out.
Me too, Jal. Me too. This must be Dr. Aden's workspace. The one the STG agent is investigating.
This equipment has been sterilized with a standard radioisotope. There are trace elements of biomaterial that could be consistent with exaltation pods.
Or they could be leftovers from Aden's experiments.
We should look into the lead about the cat handler.
What was with that fight back there?
It's called flanking.
Your shields were drained.
They're shields. Get hit, they drain. That's what they're for.
Risky. Irresponsible.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a lecture on responsibility from you.
That STG agent was right. This cat was Dr. Aden's contact.
Nice shot.
Let's get a scan.
This cat has a Milky Way comm device implanted. Particle vibration on the transmitter resembles Solarian encryptions.
Resembles doesn't prove much. The cat could have found the implant on the Solarian Ark. The best leads on Aden's betrayal, and they're both circumstantial.
Maybe he's not the guy.
We could head to the Nexus and ask Reika about this. Maybe she knows something.
That responsibility thing. It's about my sister, isn't it?
Good sleuthing, Sherlock. Gold star.
Your mouth's gonna get your ass in trouble.
My mouth didn't drag a kid to Andromeda.
Screw you, Costa. She had a choice.
Some choice. Lose you or come here. Crazy how upbeat she is, considering.
Stay out of my shit and don't talk to my sister. Is there anything here that isn't freezing?
Seriously, Ryder. You didn't bring any music?
Another memory trigger?
One of your father's memories is now accessible. Return to Sam Node on the Hyperion to investigate further.
So the rest of the people with families here, you judging them too?
Look, I get it. The initiative sold us some golden worlds. But kids? Even if everything was perfect, it's 600 years and no going back. A child doesn't understand that.
I get you too, Costa. Everyone knows how to parent other people's kids. Get back to me when you're looking out for something other than yourself.